Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Wednesday, hump day, middle of the week. Hope you guys are grinding forward, mind, body, and soul. This is how we get through. My plans for the morning changed. I was all set to go do some other things, and I got an important phone call from a new customer who's driving up here from South Florida to buy a whole bunch of handlebars off me and make a deal for some more. French dude. They own a custom shop. I didn't even know French people rode motorcycles. I know that sounds silly. I had no idea French people rode motorcycles. I didn't know that. I thought they just rioted and drank wine and stunk. I don't know. I have a buddy of mine who is going through a breakup. And it's got him all fucked up. You got to give a guy a little bit of distance in a scenario like that so he can get into his own head and work his shit out. But when he's ready, I'll go through this stuff with him. If you're in this position and you just went through a breakup, whether you're a guy or a girl, I mostly coach guys, but I do have a couple women that I mentor. Here's some basic generic steps. Some people just don't know what to do. I've been there. Oh, I've been dumped. Mack truck where it just hits you out of nowhere. Bam, you're floored. Your whole world crumbles. And you just sit there. You just don't know what the hell to do. Your whole life falls apart. It feels like the worst thing that's ever happened to you. You'll laugh about it later. It's time to get over it. It's time to move on, and here's how you do it. So after a breakup, you're going to get emotional. Women are better at this than men. Men, allow yourself some emotion. If you need to cry, go hide out somewhere in your own little private man cave, shut the door, shut the windows and cry. You don't cry in front of nobody. You don't cry in front of your friends. You don't even cry in front of your dog. Your dog's just going to be like, what's he doing now? Maintain your status. A king cries in private. But you may have some emotions and you want to acknowledge those emotions, allow them to happen, feel comfortable and safe in experiencing them and expressing them. You're a human creature and you're allowed to feel sadness, sorrow, guilt, shame, anger. You need to punch some pillows? Punch some pillows. Go to one of those rage rooms. You ever seen one of those? I know this waitress at this diner, she goes to a rage room once a week. She's an angry chick, man. You don't want to fuck with her. And she goes in there, I guess they have a baseball bat or something, crowbar, and she just smashes shit up and screams and yells. You might need to do that. You might need to. So acknowledge your emotions in a healthy way. The next one is establish a no contact rule. And some of you guys, man, you simps, you suckers, you're still talking to the chick. Give up on it. You're not getting her back. Why would you even want her back? Move on. No contact. Done. Don't call her, don't see her, don't drive by her house. If you live near her, avoid her. Here's a rule. Don't date anybody who lives across the street. Oh, Nora, what a beauty. I was younger, I was like 20. This blonde chick, she had 3 or 4 sisters that were all younger than her. They were cute too, but Nora, she was my age. She had big old jugs. She was beautiful. Knockout, blonde hair, blue eyes, athletic. And we hooked up. And wham bam, thank you ma'am, thank you Sam, I guess I should say. You think that guys are the only ones that can turn a chick out and use her up and walk off and have a one night stand and just leave somebody cold? Oh no, girls can do that shit too. I was ready for a relationship. Oh, I love you, Nora. She used me up right away, man. Went on to another guy. She lived right across the fucking street. Every time I open the door, check the mail, go out of the house, go to the car, anything, walk the dog, anything, there she is with some other motherfucker. And it's like, So, you know, what do they say? Don't shit where you eat. I'm structure that fits somehow. But getting back to rule number 2, after a breakup, no contact. If she lives across the street, it's going to be hard to have a no contact rule. Number 3, what do you do after a breakup? Find a support system. That's been helpful for me in the past. I had a fiance, we were engaged to be married, and she not only just broke up with me right before the wedding, I didn't even get the ring back, but she cheated on me with a couple of my friends. I was sitting in the pizza parlor where I used to run my little operation back in the old days. And I'm sitting in the fucking pizza parlor watching TV, and I had these guys come up to me one after another. Sky, I'm sorry, man. I fucked your chick. Please, forgive me. I was so broken after that relationship. Oh my God. And I've told that story before. I'm not going to go into it again. But you know what helped me out? What saved me from spiraling down? And I kind of did spiral down. But what saved me was my support system. At that time, I didn't really have a lot of friends. All I had was my brother. I drove all the way across country from California to DC, actually out to Maryland. My brother was renting a house out there. I just showed up. I was just like, man, you're all I got. And he was just like, come on. He put me on the program, Mind, Body, and Soul. I mean, that day, we jumped on the program. So number 3 is your support system. Get a support system of any kind. It could be one person, it could be your friends, your family, anybody, man. You can contact me. I always put my website below, and you can go find me on social media. I'm a good friend to have. Number 4 is your self-care. I said my brother put me on a Mind, Body, and Soul program. That's what you got to do. You just got dumped. You're on a breakup. Whatever it is, it's a hard separation, however it went down. Maybe it was mutual, maybe you dumped her, but you're really having a hard time. Well, self-care, mind, body, and soul. Dive deep, dive hard into it immediately, right now, today. And if you don't know what that is, I got 1,300 videos on this channel that describe what it is. You can also contact me. Number 5 is get some hobbies or projects. It helps to distract you, and I admit that. It is good to have a distraction, so you're not just sitting around thinking about her tits or how sweet she was that one time 6 years ago. But I suggest thinking about some creative outlets, really. Your hobby and your project can be a creative outlet, but dive deep into a creative outlet. Paint, write, create music, something. Create something. Have a creative outlet. It's a great place to dump all your emotions, especially for men. You're going through an emotional time, you can still function. You don't have to have breakdowns. Take all that emotion, that sadness, that loneliness, that anger, whatever it may be, and pour it into your music, pour it into your art, into your writing. Pour it into your videos or whatever you're creating. Some of the most wonderful artists and entertainers who've ever lived were going through personal torture as they were creating their best works. You may have your best work in you. Was that number 5? I don't have these numbered. I should have numbered them. I'm not very good at reading dots and counting. I'm terrible at counting. Number 6, you may need some therapy. Hey, it's reality. You're having a hard time getting past it. If you get too stuck and your support system can't work it out, you can't figure it out, you can't find a YouTube video to help you, I'm not working for you, the sessions and the emails aren't helping you at all, you may need to actually go to a therapist, a psychiatrist. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm a coach. Coaching can encompass some forms of counseling, but I'm the first to admit I'm not trained to get into your past, and nor do I want to. And of course, there's liability issues. I went to a therapist. I went for multiple issues. But one of them was a breakup with my fiance, and that really helped me. And it's just my advice, do what you want. But if you're a man and you're looking for a therapist, psychiatrist, I personally recommend a male psychiatrist. Just because, just as a guy, he's gonna get where you're coming from. Just because of, he's masculine and you're masculine. Sometimes when you're getting advice from feminine nature, you're gonna get feminine advice. But you may need therapy because you might have PTSD from the relationship. That's possible. You may have PTSD right now. Or other psychological issues that are diagnosable and solvable. Number 7. You may need to create some emotional distance between what happened. You went through it, you're upset, you're angry, you're shameful, you're guilty, you're sorrowful, you're lonely, whatever it is. I'm just drawing at emotions off the top of my head, thinking of what I've been through when I go through breakups. But you're feeling all the whole range of crap. This is when stoicism, meditation, we talk about this in a lot of different ways of how to get out of the weeds, get out of the thickets, and change your outlook. Literally, like if you're running through the sticks, through the valley of the shadow of death, you're running through a valley full of branches and it's cutting you. Oh man, that's like how we live our lives sometimes. We're experiencing what's going on. It's just hitting us so fast. We're like a pinball in a pinball machine, bouncing around, feeling like it's happening to us. We're just reacting to what's happening to us. But sometimes you need to change your outlook. This is an interdimensional aspect of emotional intelligence where you literally go to another dimension. You can change your outlook. You run up a hill and get the lay of the land. Oh, that changes your outlook. That's a whole lot different. You get a whole lot different view of the world when you're on top of a hill as opposed to down in a valley. So you want to have some emotional distance in order to put the relationship in context and to think about it. How did you meet her? How did you break up? Was it really all that good? Maybe there's things that you missed. These are ways to see the relationship in the context to where it doesn't feel as painful or as stinging. It'll help you to move past it. What is number 8? I've broken every one of these rules. This is a big one. Don't go on a bunch of rebound hookups. That's not going to make you feel better. It's going to make you feel worse. If you're a normal guy, a good, honest, productive man, I have to put it in that context because some people are still overgrown children. Some people are devious little perverts. If you're a regular dude trying to do right in the world, you're coming off a breakup, and you're going through some of these steps, I strongly suggest avoiding prostitutes, hookers, whores, sluts, bar hags, any kind of just hookup, friends with benefits, anything like that. Go into your monk mode for a little bit. I'm not saying it has to be for years. It could be for a week. It could be for a month. That's up to you. But rebound sex, hookup sex, in between relationships when you're feeling emotionally distraught, that's not gonna fill you back up. You're feeling empty, you're feeling low. It's not gonna make you feel better. It's gonna make you feel worse. It's all food for thought. Have a good day.